Hey guys, how you doing? Sach here, Ascension, spiritual coach and energy healer. Welcome, welcome. I'm here with my lovely friend Talsi.
Hey guys, what's up? I'm a tarot reader and a spiritual coach for those of you who don't know me.
So guys, welcome. So what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about the Ascension awakening journey, about energy, collective energy. I'll be talking about what I feel, what comes through me as a channel, and how I've been helping my clients, and what I've been hearing lately this week, and what I feel coming forth. And Talsi is going to be assisting with asking Spirit for some great guidance through her magical cards, right? So yeah, I mean, we were talking earlier on before we got on live, right? And I've just been feeling like there's this real shift now into really embodying that new consciousness. So, a bit of background, a lot of you will know what's going on in the world at the moment is an increase in consciousness. We're changing from a way of living where it was more about the ego, the 3D, or I call it more of the divine masculine, the way the world was with systems and stuff. And many of you are awakening and rising into this, hey, there's more to life, self-actualization, like, hey, I feel there's this lovely divine feminine part of me as well that needs nurturing, and I want to give more love, and life shouldn't be such a struggle, right? And it's like we've been living on this holding on to things, and now it's about letting go, surrendering that everything is changing like a new earth. And in order to have a new earth, well, we are the people of earth, the inhabitants, so we have to raise our frequency. So what's happening is, we're feeling like, hey, I want to be more calmer, and I'm feeling more love, and there should be more flow. It's an inner knowing. And it plays out though, obviously, in our physical world, because that's why we're here on our day to day. So I've been getting, like, I say to people, use the outside world to give you feedback of where you are on your journey. And I found as well personally this week, and from others, that we're getting tested at the moment in ways to show how much belief we have in this new higher world and frequency of faith over fear, right? That, hey, it's going to be okay, I trust, as opposed to the anxiety and worry, the doubt coming from a lack mentality, which we've had programmed into us for so many years. So what I'd say is, like, I've been hearing that from people and myself, and it's like, use these situations, and there'll be like personal ones that matter, because if they didn't matter, you wouldn't learn. You'd be like, oh, it doesn't matter. It'll be like in relationships, it'll be in business, it'll be, in these transactions that really matters of your heart, and use them as feedback to you of where you are at right now on this journey of stepping up. And that's like what I'm really getting through. And I feel another area, I mean, is about, it's linked with purpose. People are thinking, hey, there's more to my life, right? Because that's linked again from living from the faith, which means you're a higher connection and a stronger connection to your creator, the source, the universe, right? And when you live from the higher chakras, it's like everything's divine and it flows. So people are like, wait, there's something I really want to do. And some people say, I don't know what it is at the moment. That's where you're at. And that's fantastic, because that's where you're meant to be. And others are like, yeah, I want to do this thing, and I'm going to start doing it. So you'll find that you're being pulled in ways, and the old way of thinking is falling apart. So these are a couple of things I'm getting at the moment. What are you feeling yourself?
Yeah, I agree. I'm totally feeling it. And I've actually, I've been talking about this quite a bit with my clients. I know I did an energy update earlier this week, and it's the switching of the nodes as well that's pretty relevant, because when we look at the nodes, right, we're talking about where the collective is heading and what we're leaving behind. And the nodes just switched over in the past week or so. And the North Node's now in Taurus. And what is Taurus connected to? It's our value system. And yes, it is connected to currency. It is connected to money. However, it's also very much to do with how we want to connect to what we actually value, what's important to us, and how we can then apply that in the material world. And what we're leaving behind is the old, right? And Scorpio being in the South Node, it's all about transformation. It's often about digging up truth, digging for the truth. So it's illuminating. When we have the switching of the nodes, we're now really looking to what we want to leave behind. And a lot of, with everything that's been going on in the world, with all the upheaval and everything in the past year, we're now looking at what that kind of dug up and what that illuminated for us, and what's no longer in resonance as we move now into the Aquarian age, right? And we're looking at new ways of doing things, new ways of being, you know, the Aquarian age, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. So this is all about awakening, rebellion, innovation, right?
Yeah.
It's the change agent. So yeah, definitely feeling it. And I agree. It's like we're kind of in that transition phase still though, right? So it's like, I mean, depending on, everyone's at different parts of the journey, but a lot of people now are waking up at an accelerated rate. But we're still kind of in this process of deciding, you know, okay, well, this doesn't resonate for me anymore, but I'm still kind of trying to work out what is it that does, or how do I actually go and translate that realization into the material and physical. But I do feel like that's something that's going to become more and more clear, and the process is going to speed up. Now we're also getting out of retrograde season, right? Like we've also gone through a bit of fogginess over, you know, January, because we had a lot of planets in retrograde, and Uranus has just gone direct, right? So showing us now where we need to innovate, where we need to change after a period where it was you know, we felt like it was slow. We were sort of revising things. And Mercury is about to go direct, and Venus is going direct this week. So
all planets are direct, right? Yeah. And
right.
So we've got like a free, like I say, a runway of just allowing it. And that's what I feel coming through now. It's about that purpose, like momentum's being built, but some people might think that they got stagnant energy. And I say it's like learning again to live from the fifth, which is based in faith, which is more about being the human being. So you're thinking, you start making progress with a new project or a new relationship, and then all of a sudden you've gone, hey, it feels like it's stuck, or I don't feel so good. But these are the moments when we're transforming, when we're upgrading in the etheric realm. That's where everything's being made, and all the situations and, you know, circumstances and people that they're being brought to you. So it's like you're matching it, and that's what I feel is going to be coming through really fast in this, like the 22 portal as well, with the energy of manifesting and creation. It's all linked exactly to what you're saying with the planets. So I'm feeling that as well. Like what's coming through is like you're going to be catapulted into where you're meant to be.
I agree. I mean, I think that even when you're stuck, we need to remember that we're exactly where we're supposed to be. It feels stuck, but there's a lot more going on, right? That we're not even privy to. There's a lot going on in the background. Peace. Isn't that relevant? So the angels want us to know that we need to just be at peace and sort of surrender to the process and be okay. This is also a 23 card, which adds to 5, which is about change. Okay, so coming to peace with what's changing, accepting, although I do have a change in the wind that just jumped out. So there you go, confirming from spirit. Wow, not for you. And then loyal heart. So this is just sort of solidifying what we were just talking about, how we're in this transition phase, right? And then change is what's occurring, but we're also coming to terms with what's not for us, right? And we're also coming to peace with that. So not resisting that, right? Surrendering to, you know, the realizations that we're having about what we want to leave behind and what we want to take with us, and coming to peace. And also that involves sometimes healing and releasing, right? This card is a 6 card. So this is all about healing and recovery, okay? And love, right? Coming to a sense of harmony and a sense of peace and a sense of love. And loyal heart. So not for you, and then loyal heart. That's amazing, because, you know, letting go what's not for you, you're being loyal to yourself, right? Because this is more so about, you know, going towards what's right for you, right? So I love that. Those cards are so perfect. Thank you, Spirit.
So much.
Fork in the road. Sorry, just I can't stop. Fork in the road. Okay, so wow, perfect. So it's like we're at that crossroads. Remember, I said we're still in this process, the transition phase of like, what are we leaving behind and what are we heading towards? But it's going to speed up. Okay, change in the wind. So I love that. Perfect.
I totally feel that. So I love it when we do this, because we're always like pretty synced. Spirit's always with us, right? So saying that is true, because exactly that, leaving the old. And you may have found like that's another test of that old lack mentality, right? Where it's like the fear-based, and it's when you release things, you open the door, but you also tell them, hey, I'm ready to receive, I'm ready for this next level. And that is that newer energy of the transitioning into that way of thinking and being. And when you say as well, like the love element as well, like love, if it is in personal loving relationships, right? I felt like it's like, I don't want to go too much into a twin flame kind of dynamic, but I look at it as in the divine feminine, the divine masculine is about what's within you. And it's about that
Right.
balance, right, of ourselves, where we're balancing ourselves. And it's about finding our own union. And then when we've
Right.
got the union, it's helping us support this transformation, this new creation that's coming towards us, right?
Right. And in the process, you know, of mass awakening on the planet, then it's also balancing the polarity as a whole for the collective, right?
Yeah.
Of the divine masculine, divine feminine polarities. As we become more harmonized within, then we become more harmonized as a collective, right? And that's when you're seeing unions between soulmates and twin flames as well. You know,
And
conscious connections. Yeah.
That's it. That's a 3D manifestation, right? And you get some people, and I know you do when you do readings, and you know they really want the answer, but it's like, yes, the guidance is there, the answer is within, right? And it is what you said, is the inner world, and then you attract the outer world. You attract your union with your physical partner. But also, I want to say this for any of you on this sacred journey. I mean, yes, we're human beings and we're spiritual beings having this human experience, but we're meant to be here. We've got these 5 senses to experience and live as the human. So we've got our needs that we want and our love and connection. However, remember, this sacred union or this divine connection isn't just about getting the physical. It's about you coming together, like you said, to actually complement each other, to raise the vibration of earth and go into your purpose, which you're all finding. And purpose is linked with things that you love, enjoy, come effortlessly, and something you would do without even getting paid for it, you know. And that's something really strong I'm feeling is a good message to actually let people know, because we always look outside, right? Well, what's my divine masculine doing? What's my divine feminine doing? Like, oh my God, you know, it's good to have guidance, but use discernment. Use discernment, right? In your journey, when you awaken and you have higher consciousness, use discernment. And like you said, as within, so without.
Right. Exactly. I mean, I think that one of the keys that we're you know, one of the key learnings that we have come to, one of the key, we're still in Mercury retrograde, by the way. So
yeah, we're natural, we're living it.
You know, the old world, right, was all about this kind of, you know, the attachment, right? Like you know, it's an old way of connection. So, and it's also, as we learn to connect with ourselves properly and love ourselves, we're moving into this new way of connecting with others, right? We're coming from that place of true, pure, unconditional love of self, where we're able also to love outside of ourselves unconditionally, but we're not coming from that old paradigm, right, where it's all about looking outside of ourselves for validation or needing someone or codependency, etc., because we're realizing that we have everything within us already, right? So that's the new age. That's what we're moving into. Change in the wind, not for you. And in doing that as well, you're ridding yourself of sort of maybe relationships that are not resonating for you anymore, connections that are not resonating for you anymore, and you're bringing in people that are sort of more on your level too, i.e. divine counterparts, right? Yeah.
Totally. I really agree with what you're saying. What have you got? What's coming through? Okay, I'm excited.
Just to wrap up, I'll get some oracle messages for the week ahead. Okay, wow, material harvest. Well, we have talked a lot about money and finances and whatnot, but this card is the 9 of Pentacles, right? So this is all about abundance, all right? It is about self-sufficiency. So it also ties very well into what we were just talking about. So not just in terms of material, but getting to a place of feeling really self-sufficient and whole. Okay, just good with yourself, basically. So I love that card. Stand your ground, really interesting card. So stand your ground. I always take this is like the 7 of Wands energy in the tarot. So I always take this as very much to do with persistence, about what's important to you. Okay, sometimes this energy can sometimes be that you feel like you need to be a bit on the defense, or you're in that kind of defensive energy with particular people. But I'm taking this more to mean, you know, be loyal to your heart, right? Be loyal to what's important to you. Stand your ground about what's important to you, okay? Heart chakra, exactly, guys. So there we go. So stand your ground and tap into that heart space, okay? And follow your heart and stick to what's important to you, and you will bring in the abundance, right? That you've been trying to manifest. Maybe you've been blocked because you haven't been sort of trusting yourself or trusting and surrendering to the process, right?
Totally. Wow, look at that. Always what we need at the right time, right? Exactly that. And it's true. I think the biggest thing as well is the heart. It's always the heart. learning to live
Yeah.
from the heart, trusting that will be your, you know, the way to really go higher, and coming from that faith reality. And it's all linked, like the self-love is that your heart is self-worth, and that really takes your consciousness out of the lack into the prosperity. And like the card said, that's when abundance flows, because it is within you, but it's about unlocking the things, the barriers within. And anytime we go into the heart, your answers are there. Loving it.
Right.
Absolutely
Love
love it. Right, so that was exciting. So thanks guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed. So we just came together, we're good friends, and we thought, hey, let's do this, right? And if you did you found this valuable, please do like, share, comment. You know, all our links are below, and we've got our one-to-one services, which you can see there as well, guys. So thank you so much from me.
And from me, guys, sending you lots of love.
Take care, and we shall see you very soon.